All right, and we are back with the GSMC Wrestling Laureate Podcast brought to you by the GSMC Sports Network. I'm your host, Eric Rodriguez, here every Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Time, 11 p.m. Eastern Time on the GSMC Sports Network to talk about the thing we love the most, professional wrestling. Just to kind of reflect on what we talked about real quick, we had our WWE SmackDown talk. We talked a little bit about the preview. We talked about my Thursday night wrestling review. We stepped into the ring, our Ring of Honor. We also talked about TNA Impact, which show was the tapings were canceled due to everything that was happening with the hurricane. So thoughts, prayers, and condolences go out to everybody who's affected. Of course, I think they do have like a disaster relief kind of donation thing. Obviously, if you have some extra, it's always good to donate. It's always good to you know, like I kind of mentioned in the previous segment, it's sometimes these things could be unprecedented. It's not really anybody's fault. But of course, if you want to get into the whole, global warming thing, once again, it's a wrestling podcast, not here to talk about, political stuff or global issues. Not that I'm saying it's not an issue, but I'm, gotta stick with wrestling. But overall, like it just sucks. Sometimes when you turn on the nightly news, see all the BS that's happening all over the world, you kind of think to yourself, you're like, you know what? That's never gonna happen to me. I'm good. No reason to, squirrel away money. No reason to, buy water, toilet paper, canned goods, stuff that's basically going to kind of help you during during some kind of like everybody during COVID. I remember everybody's rushing to the stores, buying a crap ton of toilet paper and waters and milk and meats and stuff. It's times like these you don't really know exactly how to kind of react. The best thing you could do is just protect your loved ones. Obviously, go out there. We need to come together as a society, and I don't know. It's going to be a lot better. It's going to hopefully things turn around. Once again, thoughts and prayers to everybody affected by the hurricane. We have a chat by my man Logan James. I hated Shawn Michaels for letting Julia not win. Um, you know, I actually I disagree. I do love the fact that Julia with the WWE NXT being on the CW and of course being more like an international star, you know, I get why Roxanne Perez retained. She just has that she kind of had that it girl factor to her. Like you know what I mean? Like you turn on the TV, she's cutting a good promo, she gets in somebody's face. I love Julia. I love that NXT signed her, but at the same time, Roxanne Perez is just Roxanne Perez. You turn on NXT once again, people tune into her matches. I think she's a great wrestler, despite kind of her height and stuff like that. Obviously, not really such a big deal, but Julia had all the skills in the world to do it. Obviously, I knew Cora Jade or somebody had to interfere for her to get this win. And now you're going to have this reunion between the NXT World Women's Champion Perez and Cora Jade. It should be interesting. Maybe Cora Jade, maybe she wants to, try to, take Roxanne Perez's title. Like, who knows? Stephanie McCure also said on the NXT um, before the first episode on the CW, she said, whatever happens, I'm waiting for you on the other line. And, I would love to see Vacure. But then once again, I'm up in the air. I'm like, you know what? I'm not too sure to find out if Roxanne Perez, she's just, the thing I love about Roxanne is that she's so homegrown. She's homegrown by WWE. She's been within the circuit. She's been trained by multiple WWE superstars. And if you're gonna have the face of NXT, this whole new generation of CW content coming at you, I feel like she's better. She's better on the mic. She's better cutting backstage promos. She has that nonchalant. She kind of has that resting B face. She kind of could she could piss people off. The ultimate heel. The ultimate heel. Your men's champion is a babyface. Your tag team champions are babyface. The NXT Women's North American Championship is a babyface. The men's, Boba Femi, I don't really think he's a heel. I don't know if he's a babyface, but you kind of have to have that balance, especially if you're, if you're a wrestling promotion. So, Next, we have some WWE Bad Blood predictions. So let's go and talk about it right quick. Obviously, the event can be streamed on Peacock. As of right now, there's WWE has not announced yet a pre-show. We're live at the State Farm Arena in Atlanta, Georgia. I think that's where the Hawks play. Don't quote me on that. Should be pretty awesome. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a good pay-per-view here. But first and foremost, let's talk about the matches. Let's talk about the quantity of matches. Just the quantity of matches going on. 5 matches, taking 3 to 4 hours. A lot of promos, a lot of advertisement opportunities for WWE. Once again, I'm not a huge fan of WWE having only 5 matches per PLE. But of course, I've been a homegrown WWE fan, and I like seeing 8, 9, 10 matches. You see all the titles up for grabs. Easily, you could have put Gunther against Sami Zayn. Easily, you could have found somebody to have like a knockoff match for Jey Uso to build up momentum and confidence. You could have found this ladder match between DIY, the Street Profits, and Tama Tonga Tagaloa happening on SmackDown. It could have happened here, and that's what, 7 matchups? Maybe you had Bronson Reed challenging Seth Rollins for, messing up his, chance. That's like, hey, like, what I mean? There could have been so much, but then again, you're trying to protect your superstars, and I get it. At the end of 2000, well, in the beginning of 2025, WWE is limiting the live events, which is great. You're going to minimalize a lot of injuries. You're going to give a lot of wrestlers time, with their families, which is great. It's something that probably should have happened a long time ago. Vince McMahon, obviously, giant slave driver, probably forced a lot of these wrestlers to, travel, wrestle, hurt, and you don't want to complain and get missed out of a match because at the same time, once when you kind of take a break from the spotlight, you could possibly never be brought up again. Inside the production meetings of the WWE content creators or their storyline writers. So, it's a lot of stuff that comes into fruition or in terms of consideration of having a lot of matches at a PLE. But yeah, let's go ahead and dig on into it. We got a Hell in a Cell match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. Surprisingly, I if you announced this match maybe like 3 months ago, I would have been excited. But this back and forth, wash, rinse, and repeat, CM Punk cuts a promo, Drew McIntyre sends it to the hospital. Drew McIntyre cutting a promo, CM Punk throws him through a table. There was a lot of back and forth for like solid couple of months. You know what I mean? Like, and then this whole bracelet thing with this dog and his wife. Look, man, I get it. I get it 1,010%. But you shouldn't take things seriously on a bracelet if it doesn't like have like, maybe your kids make it. Or maybe and I'm not trying to sound mean. I'm not trying to be like all you dog lovers out there, or we have fur babies. I push my dog in a stroller. And I'm not trying to crap on that. I'm just kidding. I know, but overall, I bringing this as the main, as like a side piece of a reason why CM Punk hates Drew McIntyre. Yes, I love it. But like being the main reason why, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Like I said, maybe it's because I'm a huge wrestling fan to the point where like I've never really seen this. You know what I mean? I've seen a lot of stupid like freaking storylines within WWE. And these two guys, it's my respect for both of these superstars that kind of piss me off. I'm like, dude, like, really? Like, really? But then again, I guess I'm not happy that it's not like Bobby Lashley and Lana and Rusev. Maybe Drew McIntyre, sways AJ Lee to cheat on CM Punk to kiss him. Thank God it's not like that because that kind of storyline was off, god off, terrible, terrible. So, I want to see this match come to an end. Like I said, not because I have disrespect for any of these guys in ring talents or even promo cutting and stuff like that. I just want to see their next move. It's time. It's time to make the next move. Obviously, I feel like this, this whole feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre was kind of created on a fly, dealt with on a week-to-week basis, with WWE creative stepping into a conference room and be like, all right, guys, what are we going to do next? Because originally CM Punk was supposed to take on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. He was supposed to win the Royal Rumble, and then he got injured. And Drew McIntyre had plans. Then he got injured. Both of them kind of roughly came back at the same time. They're like, you know what? Let's have CM Punk screw over Drew McIntyre 3 times for his championship shots, and it's going to be the best freaking thing ever. Which didn't really, not really the case. Not really the case. They wasted the WWE men's and Money in the Bank briefcase. I thought that was stupid. You could have gave it to like somebody like, Ilya Dragunov. You could have gave it to Carmelo Hayes. You could have gave it to Jey Uso before he won the Intercontinental Championship. Could have made that happen. But I don't know. I'm not into it anymore. I want to see the end of this. I'm excited for this match. I am. I want to see how it is finally put to bed. I think there should be a stipulation where the loser does leave Monday Night Raw. I feel like that would be for the best. Next, we have a WWE Women's Championship match. Excuse me. Nia Jax, the defending WWE Women's Champion, takes on Bayley. Not really much of a surprise here. Nia Jax is going to pick up the dub. Are they going to try to incorporate something with a Tiffany Stratton, maybe like a tease, briefcase cash in because of the way she's been treated by Nia Jax? Nia Jax straight up grabbing her by the throat, be like, you know what, Tiffy? If I lose this championship, this reflects on you, like, you know what I mean? And it's kind of like foreshadowing. So, should be interesting. Women's World Championship match. Liv Morgan taking on Rhea Ripley. Dominic Mysterio will be suspended above the ring inside of a shark cage. This match as well, I know exactly what's going to happen. Like I said, I'm not trying to act like I'm like a genius or anything like that because it is professional wrestling. If I get it right, cool, awesome. But at the same time, I don't. The best thing about professional wrestling is its unpredictability. So, like, if something happens that I did not predict, I'm like, oh, yes. Yes. At the end of the day, I'm more satisfied. So, shock me, please. Make me a liar. Make me a loser. Make me wrong, WWE. Make me wrong. But Liv Morgan's going to pick up this victory, Rhea Ripley. A lot of speculations about Raquel Rodriguez re-entering into WWE. She says she feels great after her condition and stuff like that. It's like a medical, she took medical leave. It's, I don't want to say it's a disease because I don't want to be caught, kind of with my head up my arse. So, she was taking time away from WWE to deal with some medical stuff, some health issues. And, she said in an interview, I think it was Fightful, via Fightful or Cage Ringside News or Cage Side Seats, I think it was, basically saying that she's feeling good, the best she's possibly ever felt in her career. Last time we saw her was WWE Elimination Chamber when she was in the women's match. She could, they used to be tag team champions, her and Liv Morgan. So this could possibly be a way for her to kind of come back into the fray, joining the Judgment Day. And I don't know, just kind of, making things interesting for the Judgment Day. Because at this time, it's dead. Oh my God, it's dead. It's not really drawing any real attention to the fact that I tune in every week and I'm like, all right, how is Liv Morgan going to lose the championship this year or this month? Or I'm like, how are JD McDonough and Finn Balor going to lose? The only thing that I'm kind of baking on for the Judgment Day to be successful again is if we have a successful run by Finn Balor, and at the end of the day, you have Finn Balor absolutely just ditch the Judgment Day. He's like, you know what? I'm good. Like, I'm better than all y'all. Dominic, I'm sorry, but I'm not in with it. JD McDonough, they have a lot of history, but at the same time, Finn Balor has to think about him. And Finn Balor is definitely one of the best wrestlers on WWE. His Universal Championship reign got cut short due to a shoulder injury with the match of Seth Rollins at SummerSlam, forcing him to relinquish his, the first ever, the inaugural WWE Universal Champion. So I want to see him bounce back. I do. Damian Priest speaking of Finn Balor, I want to see Finn Balor win. You need to start building that momentum up. Finn Balor was a Triple H Paul Levesque guy. That was his dude. And then once when Vince McMahon stepped in again, he was like, all right, let's do this. And Vince McMahon, reputational wise, he loved his these big guys, these big superstars, kind of like Brock Lesnar, you know what I mean? And, but at the same time, Finn Balor, kind of a smaller superstar. If Vince McMahon wasn't really the one to kind of bring up his name into production meetings, it's kind of like, well then all is a lost cause. All is a lost cause because Vince McMahon's going to pick his guys. Austin Theory was the last Vince McMahon guy. Obviously, right now his career is not really doing too well. Finn Balor needs to bounce back. He needs to win this match. Last match, we have the tag team match between Cody Rhodes, the WWE champion, and the OTC Roman Reigns and the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa and Jacob Fatu. The Bloodline needs a different angle. With this whole Cody Roman Reigns things, I feel like this is probably going to be the last time you're going to see Cody Rhodes within cadence of the Bloodline. I think after this, he sort of takes a break, probably until WrestleMania season, because you have stuff happening with what's going to happen between him, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, and then Roman Reigns. Right now, he even said it himself in a promo that this has nothing to do with Cody Rhodes. I'm going to deal with whatever I have to deal with, and then guess what? I am coming back for what's mine. And Roman Reigns, The Rock has been confirmed. The Rock has been confirmed to show up at WWE Bad Blood. So, don't be too surprised if we see kind of like, a sneak peek of what exactly is going to happen at WWE SummerSlam. Once again, Hikuleo still waiting in the wings. Azila Fatu, Journey as well. Although, like I said, I don't want to sound like a jerk and be like he's actually missing, which if it's true, obviously thoughts and prayers, condolences go to his family. But WWE, in terms of keeping kayfabe, has kind of stepped it up a little bit. You had on WWE NXT Brooks Jensen, you had his girlfriend going viral on social media, on TikToks, Instagram, Facebook, saying that, have you guys crying her eyes out. She's like, have you guys seen my husband? This and that. He's dealing with alcoholism. He doesn't believe in himself. I wanted to find out that was a way, because at the same time, they fooled me too. I was like, damn, dude, that's crazy. Like WWE actually showing some real crap here, showing some real stuff. And even Shawn Michaels said, you know what? I believe in second chances. The Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, believes in second chances. So we're going to talk to Ava. And at that point, I was like, dude, that's crazy. But at the same time, it could be kind of crazy. Could be kind of, so this whole Journey Fatu, maybe he makes his debut at Bad Blood. Once again, if this, if he's actually missing, I kind of feel like a jerk mentioning this. So let's keep it between us, guys. Keep it between us. All right, so we talked about some Bad Blood predictions. Obviously, went a little longer than expected. We have some, is Shane McMahon going to be All Elite? A lot of people are thinking so. We're going to talk about the subject matter when we return. So, hey, do not go anywhere.